Wow, so here's something that's really interesting, right? So my friend tells me just the other day, and I just made these uploaded videos. My friend tells me the other day that the guy that just got fucking replaced, I'm almost positive about this. I'm not even going to go check this out right now, but I'm going to go check it out. Yeah, and I'm going to go check it out after this. My friend tells me that the person at the DOJ that just got replaced by somebody, his name was fucking Man. Mann. Because I remember saying, I'm pretty sure that's what we were talking about. Because I remember saying to her, I said, you know something? That's really funny because, like, what is that? Like the extra N added on to man to, like, make him feel more of a man, you know? And then it's just real interesting what, with this whole fucking Paul Flores thing, it's just real interesting that all of a sudden, listen to this.
Months later, in October, the center of the house was cleaning her car. She then notices a little blue earring on the driveway. According to the people who checked the earring, there was blood on them. When Kristin's parents saw this earring, they immediately knew that she owns this. They said that it was Kristin's favorite earrings. Then the police put the earring in a drawer, and it just disappeared. In March 3rd of 1997, the authorities brought back the cadaver dogs into the house, and they did
Yeah, see, now, they're saying this is March 97. January, February, March. When did fucking Kristin Smart go missing? Because it was a year later. It was a year later that he confessed to me that he killed this girl. And then she's talking about 97.
entire
Okay,
searching the property.
That's not the point.
And the dogs alerted the authorities in a concrete garden area at the back. The dog didn't catch any smell of human remains because it was covered in concrete.
Now, right there, that's kind of fucking interesting because they just said in the year 2020, they dig up this fucking thing and at a body, or even in the fucking early months of 2021, whatever the fucking case was, the bottom line is that they dig up this freaking body. They dig up the freaking site where they think the body was, which is pretty much under the deck, where fucking that was one of the locations that fucking he told me, right? Then I'm saying to my freaking self, it's like, okay, the other location where he supposedly freaking murdered her was fucking literally right up that fucking road. Wow, man. Or tried to bury her. I fucking don't even care anymore. I so don't even fucking, why do I care? I don't care. I don't fucking care. Yo, so I'm saying to my fucking self, it's like what's interesting is the cadaver dogs in 97 couldn't pick up on the smell of the body because supposedly it's covered in concrete. Have you ever fucking seen videos on cadaver dogs? Like, for real? Okay? A fucking cadaver dog. I've seen videos on cadaver dogs that can find a fucking body that is 400 feet. 400 feet under the fucking ocean. Okay? Or a lake. Okay? And they're fuck this shit. It gets better.
Following day, March 4th, a private contractor named Gary Mann went out and checked out the area and did some ground radar stuff. While he was looking through the backyard, he discovered a lot of broken pieces of concrete. It then
By the way, that was the interesting part.
At the back. The dog didn't catch any smell of human remains because it was covered in concrete. The following day, March 4th, a private contractor named Gary Mann went out.
Gary Mann went out.
and checked out the area and did some ground radar stuff. While he was looking through the backyard, he discovered a lot of broken pieces of concrete. It then leaves them believing that they might have removed the body of Paul and elude the people involved.
The point being is that the person's name is interesting because I'm pretty sure that's the guy that supposedly just took over the DOJ. Or left the DOJ. You know what? Either fucking way. At this point, I'm just like, you know what? At least the last name, right? So that's that. That's interesting. You know, between the whole Cyber Command thing and the name Moore coming up, and then, you know, Gerald Schur passing away and my mom passing away, and then running into Donald Washington about 2 fucking months ago. It's like, you know, yeah, man, my fucking head. And then, not to mention, not only do at this point do I want to fucking, you know, you know what, that's because I want to not only fucking, I want to sew him to fucking Alfredo. So Paul Flores and Alfredo Flores can fucking sit there and fucking nub out together with their fucking tongues chucked the fuck out of their mouth and fucking, you know, but they can totally kiss and make out and shit, you know, just with no balls or cock at that point.
And the broken concrete that was found was left from them drilling the concrete. According to Gary, there were stains on the side of the house, and it resembled dirt being piled up against the side of the house. He wanted to dig the entire area, but Gary Mann was denied by the authorities, because they didn't want to pay for the concrete repair if they wouldn't find anything. Gary also said that it would be easy to drill a small hole underneath and take a sample of the soil and run labs to see if there is real human remains underneath, but the authorities didn't want to do it. It was like the authorities are protecting Paul, so the family...
Wow, like, wasn't that what I was saying in the fucking beginning with the fucking whole witness statement? That fucking then magically I had to fucking sign a fucking witness protection form, which then would mask my fucking bank accounts, which fucking then fucking, you know, wouldn't this all be lining up with what I've just been saying? Not to mention going down to Florida and the fucking first sheriff that comes through the fucking door is fucking, wow, dude. Wow, bruh.
Filed a lawsuit for the wrongful death of Kristin against Paul Flores, since the state doesn't want to do anything about it. But they ended up dropping the charges, and Paul's parents sued them back from the emotional distress it caused Paul Flores. The family also accused the authorities of being grossly negligent in the performance of their duties. And Paul's parents sued them back for the wrongful death of Kristin against Paul Flores, since the state doesn't want to do anything about it. But they ended up dropping the charges, and Paul's parents sued them back from the emotional distress it caused Paul Flores. The family also accused the authorities of being grossly negligent in the performance of their duties, specifically, because they have lost a shred of crucial evidence and could lead them to close the case of Kristin. In the year 2006, Paul Flores was arrested because of DUI. On September 6 of 2016, the authorities...
No, wait a minute. Now that's interesting, too. Well, actually, no, it's not. No, because it was 2009 when I got the DUI. Which was so magically fucking, like, you know, my tire being fucking slashed literally right fucking, like, right before leaving my friend's house down in fucking Coram, which is on Long Island. I was like, yeah, I'm not fucking stopping anywhere around. I will drive on my rim to fucking go change it. Because first off, there's so little fucking crappy light. There's nowhere to fucking pull over. But that's the first thing that was going through my fucking head is like, oh, so he gets a DUI in 2006. I get a DUI in 2009. My fucking ID gets taken from me, literally taken from me before I even leave the courthouse. Like, it gets taken from me, like, physically. Like, I do not get my ID back with the little punch holes that should be in it, right? So fucking, that's real fucking interesting, because then I go on to fucking probation, which by the way, this takes 2 years. 2 years from the time I get my DUI. Only to fucking end up on probation. Wow, man. And in the middle of all that, I bump into fucking beautiful Ari. And Ari's like, asking me if I want to fucking go with her. And I'm like, I would love to, but I have probation. Wow. 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 So the point being, let's find out what else is at this last 10 seconds of this video. Did I sidetrack at all? Was there a sidetrack there? There was something sidetracked. So what else was there freaking... And it was after the probation shit that not only did I bump back into fucking Paul Flores, bragging about how he got that fucking rusted out fucking piece of shit truck from fucking over there in California to over in Long Island in Ronkonkoma. The two people at the same time, the two people that fucking I was around, somewhat fucking resembled fucking Paul Flores, which was the fucking guy Levy, or that's at least I think his fucking name, and my friend Mike, who resembled him. Wow. Longboat, who somewhat resembled Levy, which both of them kind of fucking resembled what fucking Paul Flores looks like in this fucking vid. Wow. Wow, bro, you fucking, you motherfuckers owe me so much money. Yo, I want my money from my bank account that is so fucking, probably at this point, there's so much fucking, there should be so much money in that fucking bank account by now. Holy shit. And then I don't want to, no, because you don't even have enough money on fucking planet Earth. And the Kristin Smart thing is such a little tiny speck in the amount of shit that fucking I did for everyone. This is fucking nuts. I want my money, and then on top of that, I want fucking America, and then on top of that, I want to go around and I want to eliminate the fucking problems in America all fucking day long. Unless I want to take a fucking vacation, and unless I want to take a goddamn break, and no, I'm not fucking cleaning up the mess, so let somebody else do it after I leave. That's what I want. That's my fucking, because at this point I'm thinking, now I'm gonna get shot by a fucking dumbass sheriff or a dumbass fucking cop because of this dumbass fucking bullshit situation that's been going on for fucking 25 years when they knew right then and there, 25 fucking years ago, where her fucking body was. Only giving him 3 extra fucking years to move the fucking body, and I'm thinking that's why the fucking squirrel brought me the goddamn fucking foot bone. I'm gonna break my fucking, I'm gonna kill these, there's no fucking, I want to throw them together. And then I want to keep them as pets. I want them as pets. Not exactly in my house, like, you keep like monkeys, like orangutan type things. You usually don't keep those around the house. You keep them in like a fucking, caged off wilderness fucking area so you could just, and I'll charge fucking little kids fucking money to fucking feed them like corn seed and shit. Did I just say I'll charge little kids? Fucking no, that shit will be free. The t-shirts that, like, it's like I fed Paul Flores and Alfredo Flores, like I'll sell the t-shirts there. That they'll have to buy. But the fucking feeding of the seeds, of the fucking corn seeds, yeah, no, I'll make sure that's free.
Authorities did a hillside excavation on the campus and near it. They are looking for bones, and they end up finding bones, but they are not linked to Kristin or even determining if they are human bones. The investigation about Kristin is still open, even though she is legally presumed dead. And Kristin Smart is a 19 years old student at Cal Poly, but unfortunately, she went missing. The day when Kristin went missing is Friday of Memorial Weekend. She went out that night to go party just like a normal college student. She then called her mother and told her Kristin had some good news, but her mom never heard about her the following day. Days went by. She still didn't call her mom. Then they realized that Kristin went missing. During the party, at around 2 a.m. some of her co-student came across her completely passed out. The students who saw her were Tim Davis and Cheryl Anderson. They both offered her to help her walk back into her dorm. As they were walking, there was this guy named Paul Flores joined them. Tim Davis drove into...
Yeah, man. And not to mention, let's just mention this again, because I'm gonna, yeah, definitely. The point being is that this motherfucker, then after all of this, again, I bump into him at fucking Pazuzu's house, right? Another guy that's suspected of fucking killing people, right? I bump into him at Pazuzu's house, and I'm sitting there, I'm trying to fucking act cool, and this motherfucker's like, oh yeah, we're gonna kill you, and blah, blah, blah. And he looked, at that time, in this photo, Paul Flores looked a lot like Brian McCarran did back then. Brian McCarran was friends with Wolster. We already went over Wolster in my other fucking 2,000 fucking videos. The guy that fucking, not only was taking pictures of children through their fucking windows, God knows where the fuck those pictures are, but the bottom line is that, fucking wearing a rubber suit, we all were looking for a fucking old man. Yeah, oh my god, Brian McCarran, who I was also friends with up until Wolster and fucking Brian McCarran tried to fucking run their car into my fucking car because I got tired of their bullshit. Running me straight into they were trying to run me straight into the fucking car, so I get on the fucking hood, I fucking start punching into the fucking hood, then they fucking come out, and Wolster, which used to be a good friend of mine, but... That's what I'm saying, man. As I'm kicking his ass, fucking Brian McCarran's coming up behind me with a fucking car jack to the back of my skull 6 fucking times. I am like, I can't even lie. The first one was like a fucking gunshot. Second one, fucking third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. I thought I got shot in the back of my fucking head, bro. Yeah, that's how big the fucking car jack was and heavy the car jack was. And he was fucking bringing it way up above his fucking head trying to crush my fucking skull with a fucking car jack. Wonderful guy. Let me tell you something. Brian McCarran is a champion. Up until fucking when I got that fucking car jack out of his fucking hands. And then I just fucking slowly walked towards him as he was punching me still in the face. And then I grabbed him by the fucking throat. And I was like... Didn't even have to... He was just like, okay, I give up. I was like... You win. Brian McCarran looked a lot like Paul Flores, but it was Paul Flores that was at fucking Pazuzu's house the day that somehow fucking I managed to get myself to fucking Pazuzu's house at, I guess, again, the right time, right? Which then, I don't even realize who the fuck this guy is. And yet detectives come up to me and ask me, do you know what these guys look like? And I said, well, the one guy looked like fucking... And then he shows me a picture of Paul. He's like, is this the guy? I was like, yeah, that kind of look... Yeah, that's... It's really funny. Because there's Paul Flores at fucking Pazuzu's house. Wow. And there's the fucking detectives coming up to talk to me about Pazuzu. And what's even more interesting is that the fucking whole Pazuzu thing doesn't go down fucking until years later into the fucking year 2000s, right? I think that's what fucking I've seen in the fucking... So this is really fucking interesting because all of that stuff took place... Well, that could have taken place in the year fucking... No, because I was still at the fucking... I was still at the place that I grew up. On Long Island. When the detectives came to talk to me about this jerk-off fucking hanging out with fucking Pazuzu, and they were both getting ready, supposedly, to kill me. And it sucks. I really did. I really kind of liked Pazuzu. He kind of really fucking... You know, there was certain morals about Pazuzu. I'm surprised Pazuzu didn't fucking kill fucking Paul Flores because of what he fucking did. But, hey, fucking, who am I to judge, right? Holy crap. I'm gonna fucking, I really am gonna fucking, wow, man. Wow, man. So let's continue.
The campus, so he left them first. Cheryl didn't want to walk fully going to Kristin's dorm, so she thinks Paul can help Kristin walk to her dorm. Paul Flores barely knows Kristin, and according to Paul, Kristin wasn't walking straight, that he had to put his hands on Kristin's hips and a lot of times into her waist to make sure that Kristin wouldn't fall. Paul Flores said that he left Kristin at her dorm, and he went back into his dorm. They lived in a different building. The campus was hesitant to declare Kristin as a missing person or even report it to the authorities. That time, the campus was sure that she was just on a vacation trip. Kristin's dad went there and put up some signs, and he tried to persuade the authorities to declare it as one of a missing person case. But it took 3 days to file a missing person report. Paul Flores was once accused of stalking a girl on their campus. The student he was messing with before refused to press charge on him, so there was not much information regarding that case. They started an investigation that was hard for them, since there was no great place to start it. After a month of Kristin's disappearance, they bought cadaver dogs. It immediately led them into room 128 of the Santa Lucia Hall. And that room was Paul Flores. Paul has a roommate named Derek, and when the dogs got in, it immediately led them into the left side of the room at the inside of the mattress of Paul, but it was not enough evidence to arrest Paul. The authorities took a part of the mattress as their evidence, and they then removed the mattress from the room, and they then brought the dogs back into the room, and the dogs were still alerted in room 128 even if they have removed the mattress. The authorities think that there is a strong possibility that there is a dead body inside the room. Paul's roommate Derek told the police a little information. He told the authorities that Paul talked to him about the crime and admitted he killed Kristin and brought her into her mom's house. Paul Flores had scratches on his knees, and he even has a black eye. Paul said that he got the black eye from his friend Jeremy Moon. He said Jeremy Moon elbowed him while they are playing a pickup basketball.
Now that sounds familiar to me. The name Moon. Now I didn't remember that then. I like when I've been making these videos. The name Moon does sound familiar. Moon. That was the basketball. That dude, that was one of the fucking people about a year later. That was one of the fucking people. I just don't know. I don't know what this fucking guy looks like. I don't know I don't fucking remember. Let me think if I can fucking remember what this fucking guy looks like. I'm pretty sure that was one of the fucking guys that lived at the very, very end of the fucking block. That was the fucking guy that lived at the very, very end of Paul Flores' little tiny fucking block. Am I right? I think I'm right. I fucking think I'm right. I'm not exactly fucking sure. Do I have a sledgehammer around? I just want to get rid of this headache. So, yeah, because a year later, that's where we were playing basketball. Yeah, a year after this. That's when fucking Paul Flores told me that he killed Kristin Smart. And where he fucking tried to fucking put the body the first place, which was down that fucking T intersection to the fucking, if you're coming up from that side block to the fucking, the kind of main block to the left and up near the fucking the woods that was up the fucking block. That's the first spot. The second spot was fucking underneath the fucking lattice work. That's the second spot. The third spot was underneath the parking lot that fucking they were able to fucking move the fucking body supposedly fucking. And how the fuck did I find that out? I remember finding that fucking out too. Was that after the whole fucking Pazuzu thing? I don't even fucking know. But it's the bottom line. And then to think that they were fucking bragging yet again about fucking the moving of the truck and all this other shit, and that's why I'm thinking fucking Kristin Smart's body somewhere right fucking over here. Because between the fucking squirrel bringing me the fucking wow, bro, I'm gonna fucking I'm not playing with these because it's what's said. It's exactly what the fuck I've been saying. Why the fuck did all no bullshit, man?
All game.
Bullshit.
When the
man.
authorities interviewed Jeremy, he said that Paul had that black eye when they played the game. When they have confronted Paul about it, he then admitted that he is lying. He then told them the real reason why he had a black eye because he was installing a sound system on his car, and then he smacked his eyes on his steering wheels. The authorities didn't find anything on the canvas. They then moved to his family's house.
That's funny too, because the black eye thing. You know, that's funny because fucking I remember fucking he was like, just punch me in the face. Just punch me in the face. But it wasn't this was a year after fucking this was a year after all this shit went down. That's why it's really funny that fucking and he was so what? This is the story that he told to them a year prior. And then when I'm at the fucking basketball game a year later, where he's telling me he murdered fucking Kristin Smart, he wants me to fucking clock him in the fucking eye. But I remember him saying so that he could fucking say it was a part of the steering wheel and everything else and blah, blah, blah. And yet that was a fucking year later. So what the fuck was he up to there? Other than making me look fucking completely crazy, right? Other than that, right? Okay.
Paul's mom owned a house and including his dad's house.
I remember the fucking detectives. I remember the two people at the end of the fucking block. When I said, just 2 hours after fucking this all happens, where the fucking basketball game and he's telling me fucking that he murdered Kristin Smart, but that was a year ago. And that was confirmed by the two people at the end of the fucking block when fucking they were like, well, we're looking for somebody that went missing. And I was like, oh yeah. And they were like, her name was Kristin Smart. And I was like, wow, that's fucking funny because I just ran into this guy that said fucking he murdered Kristin Smart. And they were like, when? And then fucking they were like, that was a year ago. Wow, man. Wow, man. And no, I do not know the names of those two fucking people. Unless their names were Richardson, and that's how the fucking Richardson name comes in fucking involved. Fucking holy shit, man. Because I remember the fucking... I thought it was Nicholson. Wow, man. Or maybe I thought it was fucking Richardson. Either way, it does not fucking matter. That is so fucking insane. That is insane. This whole fucking thing is insane. I'm gonna hurt somebody because I know that this is why they made sure that fucking I'm losing all of my fucking things and you know I don't have my fucking and it doesn't even matter. I don't even want fucking food stamps. I don't want my fucking I want my fucking money from the fucking bank account that my uncle fucking said you can't have him sign this because if he signs this he can't talk to fucking nobody, and my father's saying he's like you can't have him fucking sign this because then he can't talk to anybody in his fucking own family. Holy shit, bro. Well, if he retracts the fucking witness protection form, then we'll just fucking retract the witness statement and fucking we'll arrest him right now for fucking lying under oath. Wow, you fucking cunts. You fucking cunts.
All of those with the cadaver dogs. The authorities then got a witness statement that was helpful from their neighbor who lived across the street from their home, watching out of his window that night. He told the authorities that he saw two men who were Paul and a friend over to Paul's mother's house digging a hole, and they were also filling a concrete. The witness said that the hole is just a waist deep, mid-thigh, and was about 7 to 8 feet long. He also told the authorities that he saw something heavy that Paul and his friend put in the hole. The neighbor didn't want to get involved until he saw the mugshot of Paul Flores on the news. A week later, about 6 months later, in October, the sinner of the house was cleaning her car. She then notices a little blue earring on the driveway. According to the people who checked the earring, there was blood on them. When Kristin's parents saw this earring, they immediately knew that she owns this. They said that it was Kristin's favorite earrings. Then the police put the earring in a drawer, and it just disappeared. In March 3rd of 19 owns this driveway. According to the people who checked the earring, there was blood on them. When Kristin's parent was cleaning her car, she then notices a little blue earring on the driveway. According to the people who checked the earring, There was blood on them. When Kristin's parents saw this earring, they immediately knew that she owns this. They said that it was Kristin's favorite earrings. Then the police put the earring in a drawer, and it just disappeared.
Now that's interesting because of the fucking earring that was near the fucking table. That was put up in the thing next to near the fucking table. In the fucking living room. And they're saying that Kristin, so then she lost both of her earrings. She loses the one earring near the fucking car, what Kristin's parents owned? And then the other fucking earring was found inside fucking Paul Flores' fucking home. Okay.
In March 3rd of 1997, the authorities brought back the cadaver dogs.
March 3rd of 1997. Now, in October, I think it was, no, right before Thanksgiving of 96, after going up against Tupac Shakur, after the whole log incident with fucking, Alfredo Flores and, pretty much like the Wallace family and all the fucking Indians on the reserve with their fucking automatic fucking weapons and their fucking, this and that, and me coming in a cup and fucking, then them, at that point, little do I realize they're actually going through with fucking, impregnating all the fucking Indian children all over the girls, all over the fucking Indian reservation and other reservations all across fucking America. Only to fucking kill the children and throw them off of the reserve, trying to fucking supposedly open up fucking portals to the fucking underworld. Wow, man. What was I saying? The earring, the fucking... Oh, March of 1997. So, I get into a car accident in Holbrook. I back into a fucking wall in Holbrook and ruin my fucking car. Don't get the car back for another, that took a long time, man. That was like at least 6 months. So, November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, April, May. I don't even think I got my car back until fucking 96 would have been the beginning of the school year. I would have gotten the car. I don't get my car back until just about school lets out. Literally 2 days. 2 days before fucking school let out is literally about the time that I got my car back. So that's January, February, March, April, May. January, February, March, April, May, June. That's almost 7 months. I remember that's also around about the time. So then I didn't have my fucking car when I was there with the fucking girl that was talking about the fucking tattoo she was planning on getting on her ass. Where I met Paul Flores and freaking the name Moon. Where the fuck do I know the name? I fucking know the name from around fucking Long Island, but who the fuck was this guy? That guy was at the fucking basketball game. Who the fuck was that guy? I don't remember. I don't remember what he looked like. Holy fucking shit, was he fucking... Was he white or was he Puerto Rican or Indian looking? Like fucking tan. The girl was definitely fucking white looking, but she was able to speak Spanish. Moon. I cannot remember what this guy looked like. Was he bigger than me? I'm thinking he was bigger than me. Same height, same size? Nah. Yeah. You know what? At this point, I don't fucking remember that so much. That's the only thing. I just remember the fucking name. I do remember the fucking name. That was one of the people that were at the fucking basketball game a year later after this all takes place. And yet I don't know. And I know that he had something to do with the fucking very fucking last house on the fucking block. That's where he came out of. It's the only fucking thing I know. I remember. That's the only thing I remember. I don't even know if he fucking lived at that fucking last house on the fucking block. But that's where that's the only thing I fucking remember about it.
Into the house, and they did an entire searching the property. And the dogs alerted the authorities in a concrete garden area at the back. The dog didn't catch...
No, wait. Because this was fucking a year later. This was a year later on... They're saying that the cadaver dogs were there on March. Okay, hold on a second.
Any smell of human, and they did an entire ring in a draw, and it just disappeared. In March 3rd of 1997, the authorities brought back the cadaver dogs into the house, and they did an entire searching the property. And the dogs alerted the authorities in a concrete garden area at the back. The dog didn't catch any smell of human remains because it was covered in concrete. The following day, March 4th, a private contractor...
Now that's interesting, right? Because first off, he tells me that he put the body up the other road. Now this is a year later. He tells me this a year after this already takes place. But this would have been January, February, March, April, May, June. I get my car back, so I definitely didn't have my car. Or a little bit, like somewhere, I know it was around like the day of finals, or close to the days of finals that I got my car back. I think it was literally like the second of the last day of actual school, which got clipped an extra few days shorter for the fucking finals that were going on, and the school was here in Long Island. Yeah, I wonder if those fucking records got fucking tampered with too. Just like the fucking high school yearbook photos, right? My point being is that, so the cadaver dogs get brought back in March of what, 97, right?
The authorities brought back the cadaver dogs into the house, and they did an entire searching the property.
Wait,
and the dogs alerted them.
I missed the fucking part again.
March 3rd of 1997, the authorities brought back the cadaver dogs into the house, and they did an entire searching the property. And the dogs alerted the authorities in a concrete garden area at the back. The dog didn't catch any smell of human remains because it was covered in concrete. The following day, March 4th, a private contractor named Gary Mann went out and checked out the area and did some ground radar stuff. While he was looking through the backyard, he discovered a lot of broken pieces of concrete. It then leaves them believing that they might have removed the body of Paul and aloof the people involved, and the broken concrete that was found was left from them drilling the concrete. According to Gary, there were stains on the side of the house, and it resembled dirt being piled up against the side of the house. He wanted to dig the entire area, but Gary Mann was denied by the authorities, because they didn't want to pay for the concrete repair if they wouldn't find anything. Gary also said that it would be easy to drill a small hole underneath and take a sample of the soil and run labs to see if there is real human remains underneath, but the authorities didn't want to do it. It was like the authorities are protecting Paul, so the family filed a lawsuit for the wrongful death of Kristin against Paul Flores.
Now, going back to what was said before I let that play a little bit more. So March 7th of 1997, March 3rd of 1997. And freaking, when did this girl pass away? A year prior to that. On Memorial Day? When the fuck is Memorial Day again? Isn't that freaking May? January, February, March, April. End of April, May, Memorial Day, fucking... So in other words, so right after the fucking cadaver dogs get brought in, and supposedly they can't smell anything. Wow, so then the little bastard brags right to me that he fucking murdered her there and put her body there, and then he moved the fucking body underneath the fucking lattice work. I do not, wow. And that is then 2 hours later, I bump into people who are asking me if, they're telling me, we start talking. And they start telling me that they're looking for this girl named Kristin Smart. And I say, oh, wow, that's really funny, because I just hung out with this guy that just told me that he murdered Kristin Smart and put her body here and then there. And fucking they said, why don't you go tell the sheriffs that? And I said, because the bottom line is he said he was going to set me up, set my family up, which was also his family up, and a whole bunch of other families. And that would make complete sense with the first location, the second location, and then there is the fucking possibility maybe he was just bullshitting. That's what I'm saying. Like I remember the third location was supposedly a fucking parking lot that was being fucking paved. But that was probably a bullshit location. Because really, they were fucking planning the whole fucking time this whole fucking thing, which is not fucking easy to do and would involve a lot more fucking people than fucking Paul Flores. Because somehow, some way, magically, I end up fucking here in a fucking house that I was kidnapped when I was 4 years old. And just coming back from 2019 to 2020 being held over in Florida due to all the shit that I just said before in the other videos I just posted, and then coming back and that fucking squirrel, a magically little heavenly squirrel, bringing me a fucking human foot bone to my front porch. Wow. And supposedly, this body had been recently moved, right? That's what the other videos have said. Somewhere along the lines of the year of just recently, they supposedly found that there might have been remains there and that it had been removed. 20 fucking something years later. And then a squirrel brings me a human foot bone on the place that I'm living in fucking Long Island. Wow, man. Wow, man.
State doesn't want to do anything about it. But they ended up dropping the charges, and Paul's parents sued them back from the emotional distress it caused Paul Flores. The family also accused the authorities of being grossly negligent in the performance of their duties,
Wow,
specifically,
wow, man.
Because they have lost a shred of crucial evidence and could lead them to close the case of Kristin. In the year 2006, Paul Flores was arrested because of DUI.
Which is even more interesting because this would have been when I bumped into Paul Flores while I was on probation from about 2009 I bumped into him. I was at the other place for what, a year and a half. So this would have been like, I bumped into Paul Flores in like 2000. Didn't even care. Didn't even know who he was, but he was driving that fucking truck that he was bragging about how he got the truck and he's gonna fucking kill me and fucking blah blah blah. Him and his father, Paul fucking and Ruben. Wow, man. Wow, man. I'm thinking this one for a second here. Was I living there? Or was I living fucking at the other place? Which was literally right there too. So it doesn't matter. With the location where I bump into this guy again, pulling that fucking truck up right fucking next to me with Ruben Flores and him inside, Paul Flores, didn't even recognize him, didn't even care, didn't even remember. People that are fucked up want to be fucking remembered. Holy shit, man. I can't do this. Holy shit, man. Wow. Bragging about how they got the truck from California to Long Island with nobody fucking noticing that it was fucking gone. Wow. Which is slightly impressive, I guess, if you want to fucking consider that fucking slightly impressive. And then freaking, of course, with, all the authorities and everything else and fucking, everything else. I remember that they weren't allowed to do any home improvements because that would cause fucking suspicion. This was back then. That it would cause fucking suspicion if they did any home improvements in the fucking time period from then to all of a sudden now. That's why it's interesting that they say that they brought in the cadaver dogs when supposedly a hole gets seen being dug. That would have been right before. That would have probably been right before fucking I was there. Which was literally the fucking Memorial Day weekend. It was right before I got back my car. I remember that. It was maybe a few weeks before I got back my car. So when the fuck is Memorial Day? I don't remember. I don't remember holidays. I don't remember birthdays. I don't care. I don't care. I don't fucking care, man. Oh, man. When the fuck is Memorial Day? And we just talked about this, and I talked about this in other videos, and I can't... This is how my brain literally, I am trying to remember when the fuck is Memorial Day, and I can't even fucking remember that. Holy shit. My brain, that is the most interesting fucking thing, Anthony. I'm talking to myself, by the way, right now, because I'm saying to myself, I can't remember when a fucking national holiday is, but I can fucking remember everything else about my fucking entire life. Holy shit. I don't remember my mom's birthday. But I know the day she passed away. And I know what psychologically fucking fucks would say about that too. It's like, oh, wow, nah, fuck yous, man. I forgot my own fucking birthday at certain points in my life, man. Wow. So a fucking year. A year later. And I didn't get my car until September 4th. September 4th, my freaking paperwork, September 3rd into September 4th, whatever, that was the exact cutoff day. I was one of the last people in all of New York to get their junior's driver's license at 15 years old. They literally cut it off the fucking hours after my fucking application was approved. And they changed the law. The car was registered under my father's name, and that car was insured with Allstate. So this motherfucker moves her body. This motherfucker moves her body right before fucking I show up. And that's why he was bragging about how he was going to set me up, set my family up, which was also his family, and set a whole bunch of other families up. But, and I've said this before, and I'll say this again, it had nothing to do with Kristin Smart, did it? It had very little to do with the murder of Kristin Smart. It had something more to do with the fucking highly top secret fucking classified, above classified fucking IP fucking address, right? Wow. Wow. Fucking wow. Wow. And it wasn't just that. It was the fucking bank account my fucking uncle set up from whatever organization he worked for. Because I was still being fucking trained. So I wasn't allowed to touch the fucking money for X amount of years for shit that I had already done. Because either way, it was the stuff that I had already done that earned me that money. And the fucking sheriffs had to have fucking known, because that witness protection, the witness statement that I gave, the witness protection form that I was told I had to sign, or they wouldn't accept the witness statement, which I really didn't care because I could handle myself usually anyway. But that gave them access to be able to fucking block my entire life and everything I do from everybody else but them. Wow. So that somehow, some way, when I fucking couldn't find a job, I couldn't fucking, was wondering why I can't get in touch with any of my friends who are telling me that they're calling my phone and leaving me messages. When I bump into them in the streets. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. That I would have to go on to fucking eventually, due to the fucking extensive poisoning of my life, which was happening even prior to this bullshit with this dumb fuck here, that eventually I would think that I was fucking crazy. That my life, I didn't live my life. That my body was in pain. And to seek medical help, I needed medical insurance, and I needed some money to eat. My parents had to go move down to Florida, but I wasn't allowed to come. Wow. So that the setup could really get underway. Holy shit. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Freaking wow. Wow. So that this way, when the happiness set in, where it's like, oh, well, look at that. At least I got some news. I got Section 8 with my magical SSI SSA. Which by the way, SSA is for retirees, but I've been obviously retired for what? Fucking, when the fuck did I? That was back in fucking 2009. How the fuck old was I in 2009? That's 11 fucking 12, almost 12 fucking years. It's like, wow, man, that's so fucking, that's, how the fuck old was I? I was 32. Waited for that shit for like 5 years, 6 years. Only got paid for like fucking, for none of that. Then I had to pay most of that money that I didn't, like, I got fucking underpaid. And then I had to fucking pay back the fucking money that I borrowed with the money that they actually gave me after underpaying me. So then, wow, bro, wow, that is so fucking, and then I'm like, well, let me buy a fucking car so I can get the fuck out of this motherfucking place. There's like fucking 400 fucking cars that I can afford right now that fit my fucking criteria of what I'm looking for. And then magically, all of a sudden, when I finally got the money in my hand to go buy one of those fucking cars, there was no fucking cars. The only fucking car was the fucking car at the other dealership. Not the dealership that was fucking practically like fucking shaking when I walked in and sat down with them and was like, holy shit, you have a lot of money. They're like, can I please shake your hand? I was like, okay, you have fucking AAA credit. You're the man. It's like, oh, okay. He's like, do you have a couple of extra dollars in your pocket? I'll put you in any car. You could pick out any car on the fucking lot. But no, I thought that guy was crazy, and I walked out and I walked across the street where the other car dealership, I had already bought a car from those motherfuckers. That car had a cracked rim. The first time I ever owned a Mustang convertible, actually, the first time I ever owned a Mustang, that car had a fucking cracked rim. When I would go about 68 miles an hour, 70, 60, 65 miles an hour, the fucking car would start to gallop like a real horse. I was like, oh, this is why they call it a Mustang. That's pretty funny amongst all the other shit, but I really did think that. I was like, why the fuck is this car feel like it's fucking galloping at 60 miles? Because the fucking rim that was cracked the first time I bought the car from the fucking dealership, and they did replace the rim, basically right before, I had to give the car back because I couldn't afford the insurance that went up on that car by almost $1,000-something 2 years after fucking owning that car Where the insurance should have dropped down to fucking damn near fucking nothing compared to what I was paying, which was $6,000. Almost. Per year. Wow. And why the cocksucker in that fucking office the motherfucker, he looked so close to Wallace, Harry Wallace. He looked almost like the fucking principal too that I had in my fucking in my high school days. And he's laughing as I'm walking in, thinking this is a good day. My insurance is gonna go down to about a fucking $1,800 or so, fucking or 2,000 fucking $300 compared to 6,000. That's fucking excellent. Fucking. And then the motherfucker is like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Your insurance is going up $1,000 for no reason other than, you know, like this is what we have to do." So I lose that car. Wow, man. The first time I bought it from that dealership, owed something like 17,000 fucking dollars still on that car. After paying it off for fucking 2 fucking years. And then, because I thought the other guy in the other dealership across the road was crazy, so many years later, I walk into the other dealership again. I buy the same type of car, a little bit different in color, Mustang convertible. And the fucking car, when I go to pick it up a few days later, it's about 3 days later, I go to pick up the car. And the car, 15 minutes out the dealership, has no brakes. The car has at least one flame, but now I'm thinking, because my friend said she seen a flame coming off her tire too, when she looked in her rear view. So, the fucking car had 2 9-foot fucking flames coming off the front tires because the car had no brakes. And the brake fluid was fucking leaking onto the calipers, fucking causing the fucking caliper fucking no brake warning thing to fucking ignite the fucking brake fluid. Wow, man. Wow, man. And thank God, the woman in the baby carriage, by God's good grace, was 3 feet not right in front of the car. Because the road that accident almost happened on was so fucking narrow that if I would have hit that car ahead of me, and if that car would have fucking exploded like that fucking damage fucking report on that year Mustang that I've seen had a crumple zone issue, which caused the fucking gas tank to fucking ignite, that woman was probably 2 feet. 2.5 feet. Even less than the fucking gap that I squeezed through. That woman was probably less than 2.5 feet from the fucking side of where my car was whizzing by. And 3 feet from being right directly in front of my car. And if I would have hit that car ahead of me at that fucking red light, I'm thinking that car had a good chance of fucking shimmying to the left. I mean, shimmying to the right or shimmying to the fucking left. And if it would have shimmied to the left, it would have came on right into incoming traffic, which then would have fucking possibly spun the fucking car into the baby carriage. Or it would have just fucking possibly fucking exploded next to the baby carriage. Or it would have fucking landed on the fucking baby carriage if it would have fucking bounced to the right. If it bounced at all. Wow. With no brakes, I pull that car to a stop. I call the fucking, first thing I do is call the fucking police. And the second thing I do is call the dealership. The police never show up. After 2 hours and fucking a half, 45 minutes. 2 hours and a half, maybe 45 minutes later. Cops never show up to write a fucking, it wasn't an accident, but it was definitely, that's definitely an emergency in my book. Cops never showed up. Wow, man. Wow, man. At this point, I'm wondering if my phone call was routed and it never even went to the fucking police department because of the fucking whole witness protection form shit. Wow. Thank God I am fucking awesome at driving a car. And whoever that woman was, you're welcome that I didn't fucking land or smack or crash or burn your fucking baby. Thank you so much for fucking like asking what the problem was. It would have been so nice for you to fucking walk over and be like, you almost fucking hit me. But she never did. Never did. I mean, I get the whole shock and awe thing, but like, you're telling me that this woman couldn't have fucking said something about almost being ran over with her baby in the baby carriage? Wow. Something's not right there either. Wow. 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 You know what? Even if there was more of what I wanted to say, my mind literally at that point, my mind just fucking wiped itself clean. I don't even there's nothing I can think of. The only thing I can see is that baby carriage. I don't remember the fucking woman's face. She looked blonde. She looked like she had blonde hair. But all I could see is, and I can't even see the color of that baby car. I just seen the baby carriage. That's all I seen in my. That's it. That's all that's in my head. And yet I can't even fucking picture what the fucking baby carriage, fucking what color the fucking thing was. Not one car, not one person came out those stores. Not one person fucking that just seen this go down. Not one person fucking got out their car or approached us. Nothing. Wow. 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 Oh yeah, look, there's the truck right there.
On September 6th of 2016.
I don't know if it's the exact truck, but I do know it was rusted just like that. And it did look just like that truck. But if it was the exact same truck, I'm not sure. Who the fuck knows? But it sure the hell looked like the fucking rust type of pattern. Because what do you want me to fucking draw the fucking rust pattern on the fucking bullshit? You know? That was the fucking truck. And that was in 2000 and fucking about 2000 and what? That was about 2010, maybe 2011. 2000, maybe 12? So when did fucking Paul Flores get off of his probation for the DUI in, what was that, 2006? When did fucking Paul Flores get off of his fucking probation? How many years did he spend on fucking probation? Because it seems like, I'm just wondering in my head, wow. Let me just wonder why I was on probation for a DUI where they took my motherfucking license. Literally took my license before I even left the fucking courthouse that day because my tire had a fucking slash mark in it. And I was going 15 miles an hour under the fucking speed limit with a fucking small, pathetic marijuana joint. That's what they locked me up for. That was unlit. Yo. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna stop this because I'm not going any further down the rest of this is wow. Wow.